WebView is like a container. It can run your HTML and JavaScript code even from a server, or if you have local HTML files, it can render those. So WebView can be embedded in your native application. It can be part of your application as well. Let's go ahead and create a simple example that will load an external URL in a native application. So I'll start an Android Studio project. So I'll start an Android Studio project. WebView demo. Next. Probably I can create a empty activity again. Okay, so the project is created, main activity has been created, and the XML file has been generated. In our layout, we'll make use of the WebView widget, which is provided in Android. So you can see WebView comes by default. I'll make sure that the WebView covers end-to-end. So we'll make it match parent. Now, in our main activity, we'll just get handle to the WebView. So we have modified our main activity XML file to have a WebView. The WebView covers entire length and breadth of our application. It covers the entire screen basically. In the main activity, we'll get handle to this WebView and load a URL. So we have got the handle to the WebView, and we can simply load the URL. For simplicity, we'll load a google.com URL. Ideally, the URL can be anything. It can load the data from your server or from the local assets folder. For now, in our example, we'll have the data to be loaded from the URL. The URL is http google.com. Let's run the app. Oh, wait. Before running the app, we need to declare the internet permission, right? Because WebView is loading the data from internet. So here we load the internet permission. Okay, so we are good to go now. So you can see this. Yes, let's build. I'll run this application on the phone. Okay, so the WebView demo has started in my phone. And the google.com website should load now. Okay, so we have declared a relative layout with the WebView. The WebView covers the length and breadth of the screen. So as you can see from here, I've covered the entire screen. We'll get handle to the WebView and load a simple URL. So we'll load this URL in the WebView and see the output. Okay, so the activity is started, the app is up and running, and it has loaded the web page in my phone. So as you can see, the website is loaded. As you can see, it is loaded in my phone, in the app itself. So WebView gives users the power to embed web pages in the application itself. WebView can not only load the data from the URL, but it can also load any HTML content. For instance, it can load a HTML data. WebView can not only load the URL, but it can also. So we just saw how the WebView can load the URL. WebView can not only load the URL, it can also load any kind of data. For instance, we have a HTML. For instance, we have a HTML data that can be rendered in the WebView. Let's run this data and see whether the output comes or not. Oh yes, it's loaded. So you can see hello has been printed. This way you can use HTML content to render any kind of data. For example, I have, let's say I have an invoice API, invoice app that will, for example, I have an app that can render any kind of canvas and graphic related data using WebView. Okay, so the output is visible on my phone. You can see hello has been printed. The hello here is HTML data that has been printed from this. In this load data, we have to give the content, the MIME type. For HTML, the MIME type is text/HTML, and what kind of content it is. My content is UTF-8. So when I restart the app, you see the hello that is printed on my WebView. WebView can load the data even from a local HTML file. Loading the data from the local HTML file is left as an exercise to the user. Let's see how you complete this exercise. With this, we'll end the video tutorial of the WebView. Thank you.